The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of DigiAll. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to DigiAll Tech News. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. SoftBank secures a $40 billion loan to supercharge its OpenAI investments, deepening Masayoshi Son's bet on artificial intelligence. AWS launches frontier agents for security testing and cloud operations, promising to compress weeks of work into hours. NVIDIA expands its AI ecosystem as Marvell joins forces through NVLink Fusion, backed by a $2 billion investment. Chinese robotics company Unitree files for a $610 million IPO, proving humanoid robots can actually turn a profit. Microsoft reshuffles its entire AI organization as it races to catch up with OpenAI's subscriber numbers. Let's start with SoftBank's massive move into AI. Masayoshi Son just secured a $40 billion bridge loan, and he's putting a significant chunk of it toward OpenAI. This isn't pocket change we're talking about. The loan comes from heavyweight lenders including JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and several major Japanese banks. What's fascinating here is the context. SoftBank had already committed $30 billion to OpenAI through its Vision Fund 2. And remember that $100 billion announcement with then-President-elect Trump back in December 2024? This latest loan shows Son is doubling down on his AI bet, even after years of volatile returns in his Vision Fund. The timing makes sense. With ChatGPT dominating the conversation and the Stargate project aiming for $500 billion in AI infrastructure investment, Son clearly sees this as a once-in-a-generation opportunity. The loan matures in March 2027, giving SoftBank some runway to make these investments count. Moving to Amazon Web Services, they're launching what they call frontier agents, and these aren't your typical AI assistants. We're talking about autonomous systems that can work independently for hours or even days without constant oversight. The AWS security agent is now generally available for penetration testing, and early customers are reporting it compresses testing timelines from weeks down to hours. Bamboo Health says it found vulnerabilities no other tool uncovered. Hengi KK reported cutting their security lifecycle by more than 90%. Then there's the AWS DevOps agent, which handles incident resolution with some impressive stats. 75% lower mean time to resolution, 80% faster investigations, and 94% root cause accuracy. Western Governors University saw their resolution time drop from 2 hours to 28 minutes during a service disruption. These frontier agents represent a fundamental shift. They're not just assistants, they're autonomous team members that can tackle complex workflows end to end. NVIDIA is making some serious moves to expand its AI ecosystem. They've brought Marvell into the fold through NVLink Fusion, and they're backing it with a $2 billion investment. This partnership lets customers build semi-custom AI infrastructure using Marvell's custom XPUs and scale-up networking, all while staying compatible with NVIDIA's broader ecosystem. Jensen Huang put it bluntly, the inference inflection has arrived and token generation demand is surging. The world is racing to build AI factories, and NVIDIA wants to make sure they're at the center of it. The collaboration also extends to silicon photonics and transforming telecom networks into AI infrastructure, using NVIDIA's Aerial AI RAN for 5G and 6G. Matt Murphy, Marvell's CEO, highlighted the growing importance of high-speed connectivity and optical interconnect in scaling AI. For customers, this means more flexibility. You can build custom XPUs and still tap into NVIDIA's technology stack and supply chain ecosystem. Now let's talk about a robotics company that's actually making money. Unitree Robotics, based in Hangzhou, has filed for an IPO on the Shanghai Stock Exchange's Star Market, aiming to raise about $610 million. Here's what caught my attention. Unitree reported revenues of 1.71 billion yuan in 2025, up 335% from the previous year. Their adjusted net profit hit 600 million yuan. While competitors like UBTech Robotics have been operating at a loss for years, Unitree is profitable. How did they do it? Price reduction. Their humanoid robots dropped from $85,000 in 2023 to $25,000 in 2025, while profit margins improved to nearly 60%. They've taken a full-stack, in-house approach, building their own core components instead of relying on expensive third-party suppliers. The IPO would value the company at over 100 billion yuan. With Tesla planning retail sales of Optimus robots by 2027, the competition is heating up. Finally, Microsoft is making some big organizational changes. They just reshuffled their entire Copilot AI operation, unifying consumer and commercial efforts under a single organization led by Jacob Andreou, formerly of Snap. Meanwhile, Mustafa Suleyman is shifting his focus to superintelligence and developing new AI models. Here's the numbers that matter. Microsoft has about 15 million paying Copilot accounts. OpenAI has 50 million, and OpenAI is projecting 220 million paying subscribers by 2030. Microsoft is spending nearly $145 billion this year on AI infrastructure, so they're feeling the pressure to monetize. They've introduced a new $99 price tier for high-end enterprise Copilot, a 65% increase. They've also partnered with Anthropic to integrate Claude Cowork into Microsoft 365, branded as Copilot Cowork. The goal is clear: build their own frontier models and differentiate themselves in an increasingly crowded market. For long-term investors, this looks like a strategic refocus to accelerate AI revenue growth. We'll be watching SoftBank's OpenAI investments unfold, tracking AWS's frontier agent adoption, monitoring the NVIDIA Marvell partnership developments, following Unitree's IPO approval process, and keeping an eye on Microsoft's AI monetization progress. Thank you for staying informed with Digital Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.